regions you can't hide.
We charge you with genocide.
We charge you with genocide.
Make some noise, yo!
We are here today, or we've been here for the last few days, to bring attention to what's happening, the genocide that's currently happening in Palestine, done by the state of Israel. So the UC system, we pay tuition to the system, and it's also funded by the state. And there's also outside endowments that are granted to each university. This money is invested to the UC's like investment funds. Each campus has their own investments, and then the regions also have system-wide investments. So originally, our encampment was just us UC Merced students here to put some pressure on admin. I want to commend admin for being very respectful and not sending the police on us. So they have been having open dialogue. We are in open discussion with them. We brought in other folks from the greater UC system, our sister campuses, to unite, to show a united front to the regions, to put pressure on the UC regions to divest from their system-wide portfolio. Yesterday, it was exposed how much money they have invested. I think it's around $32 billion they have into, weapons companies. I think it's either Blackstone or BlackRock. I can fact check momentarily. There's two different companies that are similar, but billions of dollars invested. It was really important for us to get students here specifically because we are UC Merced, we are the youngest campus, and we are in the Central Valley, which has been historically left out of, I think, the greater state of California. We've been very much left behind in regards of resources and funding. So bringing everyone here kind of shows solidarity across the state, solidarity across the UC system, that SoCal, the Bay, Central, we are all connected and united under one goal, which is pushing for divestment and getting the United States eventually, hopefully, to recognize that Israel is committing a genocide. And I understand there's contentious language on both sides. I understand the rise in both Islamophobia and anti-Semitism, but that is not what we're here to do today. We do not condone any sort of anti-Semitism. We do not promote any sort of hate speech. We are gathered here as a community today for Nakba Remembrance Day as well. So we have a whole day of programming, and we want to build solidarity between our campuses, build better connection between SoCal, Bay, Central Valley, just so we're all better interconnected, and we can use this newfound base, this newfound community to mobilize for future efforts, because like I said earlier, all of our struggles are connected. Immigration, undocumented folks, access to healthcare, water, all of that stuff, we all share in those struggles together. It doesn't matter what campus or what region of California you're from. We wanted to show unity, so I hope that kind of answers the question.
Great. Just a little specific, if you can get a little specific. I know you mentioned the $32 billion.
Yes. Let me find
investment, but also the connection with the taxpayers.
Because, absolutely.
And if the UC region's investment is in companies, but not directly to Israel, I don't know. I mean,
I understand. Let me
just a little bit more, detail if that's possible.
It was in open session yesterday during the investments committee, so it was live streamed and recorded, but I was kind of busy dealing with stuff here, so I'm trying to find like the minutes or a screenshot of something so I can get in depth. Let me find it really quick. I have so many group chats. Sorry. UC Regents investment. I'm so sorry. I literally, UC Regents disclose what investments in weapons manufacturers and cost to invest. Holding a meeting. Okay. If all the demands of the students were met, the university would have to sell $32 billion of its $175 billion portfolio. The university has not made a conscious decision to invest in weapons manufacturers, instead doing so only because investing in stock trackers follows guidelines about responsible investment. The university currently has $3.3 billion in industries categorized as relating to investment manufacturing. And this is a quote from Bachher. I'm not sure if he's a regent or someone who's in the meeting. He said, "We haven't gone out and actively made a decision to invest in weapons manufacturers." He said, "Our exposure ends up being through the indices, the stock market, and the bond indices, equity or debt we might own in weapon manufacturers, and that comes from looking at what's in the S&P 500. The university has directly invested." One moment. So they said the university has directly invested $8.6 billion in Blackstone, a company that union activists say participates in predatory renting practices. Students listed 24 companies they said they also wanted the university to divest from. The companies, which include Coca-Cola and Disney, currently represent $3.2 billion of the university's investment portfolio. UC Divest Coalition at UCLA and Students for Justice in Palestine at UC Merced, so they did not reach in time. Whatever. Yeah, that's all I got this in it.
Yeah,
So
well, that's good, because sometimes all that financial stuff
Yeah.
is real not transparent at all.
Yeah. So we're also pushing for transparency.
Yeah.
We want administration to be transparent regarding like their endowment funds and how the specific campus invests our tuition money and taxpayer money, like you mentioned. So because we are a public institution, taxpayers do pay into this system. So if you are a California taxpayer, you are funding the UC Regent's investment portfolio, as well as the other campuses' investment portfolios. So this affects everybody.
And Ari, as a student, you know, how directly can there be a change that would, you know, help you as a student? What do you see?
Well, I want them to divest this money that they're using for weapon manufacturers and maybe reinvest it into our community, reinvest it into our campus. We are the smallest campus. We don't have a lot of staff. We don't have the professional staff that we need to have a lot of the programs that the other universities have. So we've seen UC Merced specifically kind of get left behind in terms of programming, staffing, administration. We have a lot of interim or just vacant positions that don't allow the university to function at its full potential because we don't have the support. And with the state pushing us to expand our student body, expand the university, they're also not giving us the amount of money we need to fund professional staff and pay folks fairly. I know the maintenance workers here, the custodial staff, they work very hard day and night, and I know they're not being properly compensated. So maybe divesting that money that's being used again for genocide and giving it to our staff members, investing it into the programs we have here on campus. I work in my campus. I work at the Office of Social Justice Initiatives and Identity Programs up here in the Multicultural Center, and I can tell you we do not have enough staff. We don't have enough resources to put together these amazing programmings and really educate the university the way we want to, simply because there isn't enough funding. A lot of the funding gets distributed. Well, I know for a fact that the UC or University Office of the President gives money based off of student population, and the UC Merced student population is 1,000 graduates, 8,000 undergrads, so roughly 9,000. And I think the next campus up has roughly 20,000 students.
Wow.
So
yeah. And there was just a groundbreaking for the medical school,
Yes,
right?
yes.
But it's taken almost 15 years
yeah.
to get that started. So there's a lot of money that's going to be needed on that.
Yeah, absolutely. I personally, I'm from Southern California, and I moved here in 2020 for college. I have a disability, and I've experienced firsthand the healthcare in the Central Valley. The nurses, oh my gosh, bless their hearts, they were exhausted, tired, working all day, all night. I only saw my doctor for maybe 20 seconds a day. So I was our campus's external vice president, and I work with the University of California Student Association, where I serve as the chair. I've really been pushing for Central Valley healthcare advocacy, not just here at Merced, but throughout the Central Valley period, because I know we do not have enough resources, and I've met some amazing members of the community. I've been to the south side of Merced. Our city needs help and support, and by divesting, I think that we can become better connected with the community and support its growth.
So we need to work on all those dreams, right?
Yeah.
To become reality,
Yeah.
for sure. Okay.
And that's why we're all here together. There's so many of us. So.
Thank you.
In our millions, in our billions.